afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. Believe it or not, I can't believe this is my next to last show in April of 2022. We're almost 1/3 of the way through the year. I'm doing my final one tomorrow night at my Eastern location. The year's going by fast. It's been an amazing year for the show. Everything's looking up in every way, which way you can imagine. And we have an awesome show for you guys tonight. A couple of musicians, a young man and a young lady from the lovely state of Connecticut. But before we get to them, I'm going to read these great underwriters, and then we will commence. Don't have a lot, but they're all great, so we read them off. So we got Pembroke Radiator in Pembroke. We got Salon Giovanni in Marshfield. We got Ocean Street Auto Repair Service in Marshfield. We got Maggie's Cuts in Kingston. We got Crazy Axes Rec Center in Hanover. We got Genuine's Inspection in Middleborough. We got the Gunrunner LLC in Middleborough, dedicated to your Second Amendment rights for customers or friends. We got New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We got Carver Jewelers Incorporated right here in the building. Ronald R. and Lily Delano Goldsmiths. We got Pal's Driving School in Middleborough, setting up students for June, July, and August, and from Middleborough and vicinity. We got Pacini's Pizza in Middleborough. They deliver. We got D&S Auto Works in Abington on Route 58, and we got the Main Ingredient in Middleborough. Good to see them back in outdoor season form. And on that note, I'll now introduce James and Nikki, my two musicians tonight. And we're going to talk to them, and they're going to perform some songs about halfway through the show. I'll say ladies first. Nikki, why don't you tell me about yourself a little bit, even though I booked the show with him, and then we'll go right to Jim. James, he goes by James. Yeah. Okay. So tell me, all right, where did you grow up? How long you've been singing, and what else do you do?
Okay. I am from Bristol, Connecticut. I was born and been there my whole life.
Cool.
I've been singing, doing cover bands probably for a solid 10 years.
Okay.
But, obviously I sang as a kid and stuff like that too, as most people do. The other thing that I do is I am a nurse.
Oh, good.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Noble profession.
So, yeah, it's been a rough few years with that. But
yeah, obviously, but you've been busy, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But you're safe now. You look healthy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm great. I've luckily worked at a bunch of really great places, so I'm not worried about that. But I definitely have two very different occupations going on right now.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, one begets the other in that, you've nursed people back to health, and music is kind of a purifier of good health in its own right.
Sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right, James, tell me about yourself. You're from Connecticut also, and what did you do as a kid to get you into this gig?
Used to ride bikes, and then in 8th grade I had to take guitar lessons, and I was angry about it. I'm like, why do I have to do this?
Well, your parents made you?
Whatever. And I'm never gonna do this in my life. Why do I have to do this?
Huh.
And that was that. I don't know.
All of a sudden,
and he ended up liking it, and then I traded a bike for one, and then my friend was like, hey, let's start a band. And we're just jamming, and there you go.
Okay, and you're also in Bristol. You're down in Connecticut. You grew up in Connecticut.
Yeah, I'm in the Hartford area.
The Hartford area. Well, Bristol's near Hartford, right?
Yeah, it's not far.
In the neighborhood. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. Now, have either of you ever done like a music video? Let me back up a second. Let's scratch the question.
Yeah.
I'm going ahead of myself.
Yeah.
How did you two become an item in the music world? How did that happen? You can converse between yourselves, and if I have any questions, I'll throw them in. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think I met her a long time ago when she was just getting into it.
Okay.
And she was playing with a buddy's band, and I don't know. She's kind of had an eye on what she was doing, and then I just needed a singer because I had an idea to do what we're doing these days.
Yep.
I put an ad out, and she answered it, and That was awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Craigslist ad?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
it. They can be used for good things.
Yeah, that was definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious, how many hospitals have you worked at? As you just sounds like you've worked at more than one.
I've actually only worked at one hospital. That's my job right now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I just started it. I've actually worked at primarily a doctor's office for 5 years. I did home care
Cool.
for about 4 years. I graduated in 2010, so I've been doing this about 12 years.
Yeah. From when? Nursing school?
Yep.
And was that in Connecticut? What school was it?
Naugatuck Valley.
Oh, I know Naugatuck. Yeah, it's a nice area.
So I did 2 years there, and then I got my bachelor's at Sacred Heart in Fairfield.
Okay.
So.
Sweet. Okay, that's great. All right. When you advertised for a singer, when she said she was a nurse, was that sort of an incentive to want her on board? I don't know. I like the idea of having a nurse around.
I didn't
just
know
in case you have bad fish or something. Who knows?
I
You need it.
I didn't know it at the time. I know it now.
Right.
With all the rebooking we have to do, she's taken a great position. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We've got to
absolutely.
shift some things around, but No, I didn't know it at the moment, but it's very respectful.
Oh, that's
So
of
dig
course, yeah.
it. I dig it. What did your singer do? I was a nurse. Oh.
So, just curious, do you have another awesome profession aside from music, or did you?
Yeah, I work in the medical dental kind of.
There you go. So you're in the medical world too.
Yeah, I'm more on the billing end of, she sees a patient or somebody she
But you
helps.
you
And
don't
then
work
bills
together,
out.
do you, in the medical world?
No,
Okay.
no, no.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, that's what I do.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah,
So between that, so now you play the guitar. Do you play any other instruments, or have you ever?
I used to mess around with the drums, but
Okay.
I just, it
Oh,
wasn't
just
for me.
guitar was your baby,
Yeah.
and I see you got some pretty nice tattoos on your guitar, even though the decals.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Peace, love, and
Peace, love, and
happiness.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, now what would you consider now together working together? What would you consider your genre of music? I know you guys pretty much just do cover stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just curious why. I mean, it's okay, but I always I like to find out what the people that their motivation for why they perform the songs that they do.
Yeah.
And if not originals, why not? Or are you ever planning on trying to write some original stuff or not? If not, that's fine. But
Yeah.
I'm just trying to profile you guys as best I can.
I mean, I don't know. You can talk, I'll talk, whatever.
I mean, what we do essentially is acoustic pop music.
Okay.
Yeah, originals are great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, where we live, the way that you're gonna get great shows that pay well is
Yeah.
by being in a cover band. A lot of my friends that are in bands with original music are struggling, and a lot of them are even having to pay to play shows.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a lot of talk on like the Facebook cover band groups is that people were getting about $100 a man back in the 70s, and that hasn't changed. I mean, you're still kind of, unless you're getting into a phenomenal place, you're still kind of getting about that. So hopefully that'll change at some point.
What was that when you were in a cover band? $100 a person, you mean?
Correct.
You're not a man, obviously, right? But that's
Man, human,
Right,
mankind.
yeah, exactly.
It's all,
I know, I'm
it's
just-
all relative.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Keep me out of that.
Good.
Keep me out.
But I know what you're saying. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what venues have you performed at? I mean, I assume you've performed at a bunch of spots in Connecticut and anywhere
Yeah.
else. Can you give me an idea? Like, have you performed at a Hard Rock anywhere?
We
Or?
just literally booked a bunch of hard rock
Okay.
over at in Foxwoods.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and I was
Sweet.
I was just in Boston today talking to them.
Yeah.
They've got some remodeling that they're going to be doing.
You're talking about the Garden.
No,
the
I
Fleet
was at the
Center.
Hard Rock near the Garden.
Oh, I did a show there in 2011.
And we just talked about, well, hey, we're getting booked here. Would you want us? Yeah, next year, and talk to whoever, and yada yada yada. So
Wow.
for now, it's there. But there's some really cool places in Hartford, City Steam.
Yep.
Awesome room. A lot of cool breweries we've been doing.
Breweries?
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Oh, really? So
Oh, yeah.
so people get a little hammered, and it's even more fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's always great when she has a couple,
Yeah.
because then
You guys
then
drink.
her inner Nikki
Ambitions,
B.
yeah.
Well, it's a 3-hour show sometimes, so
Yeah.
you know what
Wow.
I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
it is what
usually.
it is.
You can't. I guess you can't get pinched for drunk singing.
I mean, some people would probably like it if I did, but no, I don't really get that intoxicated.
No,
I just
she's
loosen
good.
up with
Yeah,
it,
you both seem like you got it under control.
Yeah.
But you like your brew. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's the brew. When you say perform at a brewery, they actually have because I know nowadays you can get there are breweries where you have which it's a venue. It's basically like an eating venue.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like these old buildings in Connecticut that they I don't know, there's nothing going on, and then they they make their own beer, and then they create a restaurant, and then they have entertainment.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people at these
I'm sure of it, yeah.
huge places.
Yeah.
And they're just fun because you are right. They're singing along. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially at the end.
Now that the weather's warming up, do you do outdoor gigs too?
Yeah, we've got a few. We're gonna do a few in Old Lyme, Connecticut.
Oh, a great
at
area, right on the beach.
Pavilion.
That's on the beach, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That should be fun.
It should. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it will be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Now I'm going to ask about have you guys ever done a music video, or have you know anyone that have you ever thought about trying to produce one? Just I mean, so you have no. I always just try to give advice to my guests that might behoove them down the line.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, if you ever decided to just take a little time aside, maybe between the two of you, right?
Yeah.
And even maybe have your girlfriend try to write an original song and then turn it into a music video for YouTube. It would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it was cost effective. Obviously, you don't want to you can't you don't want to outkick your coverage when it comes to spending money. But I don't. I mean, all right. When it comes to like, do you have a studio that you perform in too? I mean, like you
For
and Ray
us?
and those guys and Dana.
I mean, there's a ton of studios. I gotta be honest with the studio idea as far as being a musician goes. And this is it's been a big shock to me over the past 2 years.
Okay.
With the technology that they have right now.
Yep.
As far as if you want a decent sounding demo.
Yep.
Because I got a lot of guys I know and I've experimented. Like, you can do a lot of this on these new Macs, and it's insane. Like, these guitar plugins, I don't know how to use a lot of them, but I played around with it. It's pretty crazy. You definitely need studios for the real deal stuff because you can't recreate that, in my opinion.
Right.
But the other stuff, wow, it's crazy what you can do these days.
That's good. So what I'm getting at is, have you ever done any work in a studio or?
I have, yeah.
Okay. And about you?
Yeah.
No.
Not to any great extent.
Yeah.
I genuinely think like what we excel at is like the live shows and personality and interacting with people.
Yeah.
And what we've been lucky with is people see us, they like us, maybe the music and who we are kind of equally, and it just kind of sells itself. People just keep booking us, which is phenomenal.
That's great.
Yeah.
And how long you been collaborating together? How many years?
That's a year.
It's been about a year.
It's been a year. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been obviously you two found gold when you found each other.
Yeah, I think so. I think the connection was like we literally rehearsed, and then we started playing out, and we're like, we don't need to rehearse that much anymore, and we got it, and it just go. And I've been booking.
Well, how many shows a week do they usually book you for on average?
Maybe once a week, but it builds
Well, that's
up.
all right.
She works a lot.
Yeah, I know you work a lot. If you had more time, you could probably you'd be doing more shows if you didn't have your other. Because I'm guessing your nursing shift sometimes requires you to work like maybe overnight or hours where you would, right? Otherwise, you guys might be performing on some on stage, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I get isn't that true? Your hours are probably vary depending on.
Well, the job now is 7A to 7P. But the problem is a lot of places will book us, like, say, starting at 8. So it's kind of hard for me to get there for that time.
Okay.
And then if I have to work the next day, I'm not great getting up in the morning.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So, yeah.
And you have to get up.
Woke up today at 11 o'clock. I just woke up. I slept in. Are you kidding me? I've been up since 5
Boy, I'm so glad you probably have to hit the road just to get here in time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I had plenty of time, but it was a taxing couple days at work, so it's nice to be able to just relax and
Of course.
have a couple days off to
Shout out to Pancakes,
regroup.
her roommate, awesome singer who's helpful to us and bailing us out when she's like, I can't make it.
Oh, your roommate's a singer too?
Correct.
We'll have to get her on the show at some point.
Yeah, Pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the great thing. The way things have been going for me lately, it's like more word of mouth than ever before, and people seeing other shows that I've done.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so aside from Connecticut, have you performed in venues? I mean, all right, you're gonna be doing something in Boston, right? That's what you said when you
For next year, yeah.
next year, but you're not. All right. So that's. Have you performed in any other states besides Connecticut so far? And if so, where?
Yeah.
It's not besides here,
You will go
obviously.
first, absolutely on that one. She
Okay.
has, yeah.
Well, I mean, I have in other projects, but not in this one.
Okay.
Yeah, not in this one.
So.
Well, guess what? We're halfway through the show, and now I'm going to take a little break, and you two are going to perform some tunes, and I'll probably know them because they're covers, and then we'll continue the interview.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
So without further ado, James and Nikki.
You know my ex, so that makes it all feel complicated, yeah. I read those texts that you sent to yours, but I'll never say it, yeah. You walked in my life at 2 a.m. Cause my boy's new girl is your best friend. Act like you don't see me, or play pretend. Your eyes already told me what you never said. Now we're in the backseat of a black car going home, and she asked me, is it wrong if I come up with you or both drunk on the elevator when I kissed you for the first time in New York City? Yeah, I swear to God, I never fall in love. Then you showed up and I can't get enough of it. I swear to God. like I'm invisible. Don't act like you ain't saw me. Last year was a lesson, how I acted was beyond me. You text me, I ain't responding. You text me, I ain't responding. Now things have changed. We go our separate ways. But look at this damage you did to me. Yes, I want nothing to do between you and me. Please don't say nothing at all. Sounds like true to me. You don't have nothing to say. I swear to God, I never fall in love. Thank you, showed up and I can't get enough of it. I swear to God, I never fall in love. I never fall in love, yeah, I can't get enough of it. I swear to God, I never fall in love. Thank you, showed up and I can't get enough of it. I swear to God, I never fall in love. I never fall in love, yeah, I can't get enough of it. You know my ex, so that makes it all feel complicated, yeah. And I read those texts that you sent to yours, but I'll never say it, yeah. Hey, I was doing just fine before I met you. I drink too much and that's an issue, but I'm okay. Hey, you tell your friends it was nice to meet them, but I hope I never see them again. I know it breaks your heart. Move to the city in a broke down car, and 4 years no car. Now you're looking pretty in a hotel bar, and I can't stop. No, I can't stop. So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford. Got that tattoo on your shoulder, pull the sheets right off the corner of the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We can't ever get it, no, we ain't ever get it, no, we can't ever get older. Look as good as the day I met you. I forget just why I left you. I was insane. Stay and play that Blink 182 song that we beat to death in Tucson. Okay. I know it breaks your heart. Moved to the city in a broke down car. 4 years no car. Now I'm looking pretty in a hotel bar, and I can't stop. No, I can't stop. So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford. Like that tattoo on your shoulder, pull the sheets right off the corner of the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We can't ever get in, no, we ain't ever getting, no, we ain't ever getting older. No, 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 we ain't ever getting older. No, 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 we ain't ever getting older.
Oh, that was great. Now I know the songs, but I don't. The second, I mean, I know both of them, and it's hard to keep track of the artists these days. Who were the artists for those songs, the originals? Justin Bieber wasn't one of them.
So
right?
the first one is Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly,
featuring
who's
Black Bear.
married to Rihanna, who just got arrested for.
Rihanna.
Oh, wait a minute! That's
he's-
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan
yeah.
Fox, and did you? I heard something today. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Megan Fox. I know this is a little off the subject, but
Yeah.
Megan Fox and her fiance drink each other's blood.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
unbelievable. I just heard that on the radio. I was listening to. That's good stuff, but figured I'd throw that in for effect, because I didn't know that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what was the second one?
Second one is the Chainsmokers.
Chainsmokers. Okay, yep,
Yeah.
I know the songs, and
Yeah.
it's just there are so many artists today with there's so many
Sure.
collaborations and names 4-syllable names that are hard to remember. I mean, my favorite artist currently is Olivia Rodrigo, bar none. She is. I'd love to meet her and have her on the show, and who knows what else, obviously. So I'm just using, I mean, hey, what can I tell you? I'm a fan.
Sure, that's great.
Right, thank you. All right, well, you guys were wonderful, though. By
Thank
the way.
you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Except for that one little spot. I'm like so used to being mic'd up, and I think about what I'm hearing sometimes, and I lose it, and I lost it for a second.
You didn't lose anything. Don't worry about it.
A little bit.
But these overhanging mics are perfect. They pick up the sound. We used to clip on mics here. They don't do it anymore. They don't need to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the sound waves are just circulating up, and they're going right into that thing. So believe me when I tell you, when the show's out, it's not going to sound. I didn't notice anything. Any mistake? If that's,
no, that's fine.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Between Two Ferns?
Say it slower.
Between Two Ferns?
I used to live on
with
First
Zach
Circle.
Galifianakis. This is so eerie because I didn't realize that was based on reality.
Oh, all right,
I feel like I'm on Between Two Ferns. I swear to God, he has the same exact set and the boombox and everything. It's so bizarre.
I've never heard.
But if it's not in a good way.
No, it was no. I mean, he's comedic, right? He's kind
Speaking of comedic, you
Yeah.
familiar with Sarah Silverman?
Yeah.
My cousin.
Oh, phenomenal! Yeah, she's great. She's fun.
She is what she is. I don't want to say too much about her. I've gotten some flack from members of my family over it, but that's okay. But yeah, okay. So I remind you of Zach Galifianakis.
Well, not really. I'm telling you, the set is like the same.
Okay, you're having a little deja vu moment here.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. Yeah, but it was on Funny or Die, which is like the one. Who owns that? I forget his name. Will Farrell.
Okay.
Owns that website, and it was on that. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. It's not a criticism on you at all. It's a funny show.
No.
Like the shtick.
I can tell it's not a criticism.
Yeah, no, not at all. The shtick of the show is that he brings like these celebrities on, and he
like I do.
Yeah, and just it kind of
like you guys.
It gets very awkward though, which this isn't awkward for me, but like there's some very awkward moments, and it's just funny.
That's because you know, just so you know, I never bust chops on my show. I never do that. I know some people do. That's not my style. Because I want people to always say, "Hey, I was delighted to be on his show. You should do it too."
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Instead of saying the guy's a jerk and he verbally totally berated me and for the whole half hour. So
yeah, absolutely.
So that's great though. I appreciate that. I appreciate the comparison.
I appreciate the brick wall instead of
that's why I like the brick wall
instead of the trees.
Well, it's right. I'm glad I got you on here instead of in Easton.
I'm very happy about
it. And I liked it, and I love the diversity, and that's wonderful. All right, let's finish up with you guys though.
Yeah.
That I appreciate. And if you have any more things to throw in, feel free. I mean, the conversation here is very informal, and you know, and it goes where it goes. We don't care as long as we're happy, and that's what matters. All right. So what do your plans look? What does your future look like for gigs coming up in the summer? Sorry, you got the Boston thing, and then so what else you got?
That's in the future. I mean, the plan right now is we really just want to keep up with just doing 2 or 3 a month, and I know he hates that.
Don't look at August. No, I don't hate it.
My thing is like my mental health is always my priority.
Okay.
You know, and it's like
Mine is my lack
to
of
do
it.
this on top of having like a real job is a lot.
I promise.
And this way too, like if we're only doing a few, it's like when we do it, we're ready for it, and people are excited to see it because it's not like they're seeing us all the time. You know?
I agree. We just had a scheduling crunch, and I had to don't look at August.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, it is what it is.
It's still a few months off. You have plenty of time to read.
Yeah,
summers are busy.
It is what it is. There's a lot of great rooms that we're just starting to get into.
Okay.
So that's the thing is we don't want to turn down phenomenal shows because of scheduling stuff.
Right.
But ultimately, we want to space things out enough, and I'm sure the venues would be happy with that too. Where when we do a show, people are excited to go because it's not something they get to see all the time. You know,
it's not what all the time.
Something they get to see often. You know,
all right.
Because I've had friends where they play the same. I'm not gonna name names. They play the same bar once a month, and people just start coming. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, they like variety, diversity, and all that.
Yeah.
And you guys have it all.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, we're down to the final 5 minutes of the show.
Right.
Like I said before at the start. So what I want you to do is give shouts out to people. They're gonna see it real quick. Condense them. You got your girlfriend there. You can give her a shout out. You can
shout out to Cindo.
Okay.
No.
You give shouts out to your friends and family members, and we'll have to show up the way we started it with.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully you can get my roommate Pancakes in here.
Well, I hope you had a good time with me. You don't have to want.
Absolutely. No, this is great. I mean, I have a phenomenal family that I'm looking forward to seeing this summer, and Love them to pieces. My
Okay.
aunts and uncles. So hopefully they catch this. I'll post it. I think it might be on YouTube. You said it.
Oh, it'll be on
somewhere.
YouTube, and that's why you got to hook up with me on
So that's
Facebook
we'll
because
get some views in
Yeah.
there. We'll post it on
Yeah.
YouTube, and hopefully
Share it
my
with the
whole,
world,
the whole
ladies.
family can check it out. And
Yeah.
we got a lot of nurses in my family, so they're all going to be watching it too, and hearing how people.
And by the way,
appreciate
I wouldn't object to having nurses on as guests. I like nurses.
You got one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
got one
I'm
right now.
nurses too.
I got a doctor of nursing in my family, so we got.
Doctor of nurses.
Yeah, it's a thing.
No pun intended. Right.
It's a thing. I don't. But yeah, it's super wonderful. I love my family to pieces, and
Well, what are they? Do they live kind of far away
unfortunately, I
Well-
mean, I have an aunt and uncle around the corner, but
from here?
no, from.
Oh, from where you live.
Yeah, from where
Okay.
I live, but like a lot of them, I have people out in Georgia and Florida.
Okay.
Um,
So I see you're gonna make the rounds. You're gonna meet.
yeah,
you're gonna,
Vermont, New Hampshire. Yeah, so well, we're all meeting up. My cousin's daughter's graduating, so everybody's coming in, and it's gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna be a
blast.
sweet,
Yeah,
sweet summer thing for you
psyched,
guys.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's great. I'm happy for you. I love a
Yeah.
good party too. I actually did my last, believe it or not, up until a couple of weeks ago, my last in-home interview was in Connecticut because I used to do in-home interviews. The girl I interviewed, the younger daughter of it, she was 10 at the time. Her mother was, they're both actresses, and she ended up getting in Terryville. You're not too far from there, right?
It's down the street. I
There
used
you
to live
go.
there,
Well,
yeah.
she ended up landing a major role in Nickelodeon's Wonder Park. She got the starring role. And after I interviewed her on the show, so we attached it to the Eastern website, and so I'll always be able to say I interviewed her first before anybody else. She came back to Connecticut from Hollywood after they flew her out there. Every TV station in the state wanted to have her on the morning show. And I'll always be able to say I had her on first.
Good for you, man.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
All right.
Very
Well, you guys
exciting.
did a great job, and like I said, if you have any friends and whatever that like I got you from
Yeah.
Dana and Ray.
Yeah.
If you have any other people, send them my way. You got my digits now.
Yeah.
Yep. He's
Yeah.
got a really good singer in his other band. So
Yeah,
hopefully she can come out
Get
at some
a
point.
shout out to my other band,
Okay.
Evil Twin. And Dana wanted me to say this. She didn't want to go public, but we got a band with Dana. I'm doing. It's going to be a Judas Priest, Rob Halford thing
Okay.
called what is it? Fight Thy Priest. So Dana and me are doing that. Don't worry too much. I ain't gonna play with them.
Well, Dana, good luck with that. I'm sure you
Well,
guys.
wherever she is, but yeah, I got that. Shout out to Rachel and all those guys in Evil Twin.
Okay.
And
Let's
I
get them on the show if they want to do it.
Yeah, we'll check
Okay,
it
either
out.
here or Easton, or even with him. That's my third location.
Yeah.
That's going to be opening up for stuff. Too. All right. Well, you guys did a great job.
Thank
So you
you.
ready to wrap it up the way we began?
Yeah, I just want one
Okay.
thing in closing.
Sure.
It's story time with Molly Pop Baby.
That's not a thing.
That is a thing.
That's what I used to call my cat, my baby.
She
Go
loves
ahead.
it.
No, go ahead.
We're
Play
good.
the song.
All right.
Yeah,
You guys
we're
did a
good.
great job.
Thank you for
All right,
having
folks.
us.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. I always say it's a great guest to make topic time prime. Okay, folks. We're going to wrap it up now. See you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.